All right, on section 4.5, which starts on page 193, we're going to do what we call a bank statement reconciliation. What a bank statement reconciliation is that every month from your bank you get a statement. It's a statement of what you have originally started with, minus all the checks or withdrawals, adding in the deposits and any interest if you have an interest, and then that's what it is. But what they don't take into account is what if you got the statement but you wrote a check like 2 days prior to the statement? Is that check going to be on there? Probably not. Okay? What that means is that means that that's an outstanding check. That does not mean that you wrote it so awesomely that it's outstanding. Okay? Outstanding in banking terms means that it has not been processed yet. It doesn't mean you're so great. Okay? Even though I think all of you are. So on page 193, it says when you receive your bank statement, you reconcile or compare it with your check register to be sure they coincide or agree. Do you remember the other day when we had that bank statement where I told you the check mark column? And I said a lot of times people don't use that, but that's what it's for, is for you to go back through the statement and the actual register and you check off which ones actually have cleared or have gone through. And that way you can know if there's any of them that have not been processed yet. You may find some deposits or outstanding checks in your register that are not listed on the statement. This happens because the bank has not posted, which means recorded, processed, or cleared them by the statement date. It is important for you to keep up with your bank account records accurate and up to date. If you do not want to write a check, or you do not want to write a check for more money than what you have in your account, if you do, you'll overdraw and the account will be charged a penalty. My bank, I think it's $25 every time I overdraw. If I overdraw. It's been a long time since I have, but I think it's 25 bucks. When comparing the check register, here's your formula you're going to use today. The adjusted balance is going to be equal to the statement balance minus out any outstanding checks payments. You can't spell. Or debits. Do you guys know what it means by debit?
Like a credit card?
Yeah. You can use your ATM card, which is directly associated with your checking account, like a credit card. Like when I go to the grocery store, I don't write a check anymore. I just swipe my card. That's what a debit is. Okay? But then you're going to add in any outstanding deposits. And again, outstanding does not mean, in this case, that you did such an awesome job writing it, that it's so outstanding. Okay? Outstanding refers to the fact that it just has not cleared yet. Okay? It does not mean that, God, you did great on that. That was a great job writing that number. No, that is not what it means by outstanding.
So the outstanding here is bad, or is it good?
Well, it's not bad or good on this part. What it means for this is it means it just has not been posted yet. It hasn't gone through the bank yet.
Oh, all right.
Okay? So that's what it means to be outstanding. On the bottom of page 193, number 1 says that my statement balance was $374.47. I had outstanding checks of $238.98, and I had an outstanding deposit of $140. What is my adjusted balance? And what I mean by that is, on my statement that came, I actually got a statement yesterday. It's for my savings account, so it doesn't really count because there's nothing that happens other than me putting money into that. But the statement that, or the amount of money that's on that statement is not how much I have in my account, because everything has not been posted yet. If I go out and say, well, I've got $374 in my account, I'm gonna write a check for $350. Am I gonna have enough money? I don't even know. Okay, so you need to actually adjust that out. That's part of the problem. I know for me, using my life experiences when I wasn't much older than you guys in college, I would look at my statement and go, well, I still got money there, and not realizing, hey, wait, you wrote checks that have not been cleared yet. You know, that was dumb on my part. So what was 340 or 374.47 minus 238.98 plus 140? 275.49. So in my statement that I said, that if I go and look at my statement amount and say, I've got $374 in there, oh, I got to pay my car payment for $350, what's going to happen with that car payment of $350? Is it going to clear? No, I don't have enough money in my account. So that's why you need to keep track of this stuff at all times. Nowadays, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow, but nowadays there's things like online banking. There's apps for all of your banks now, okay, where we can keep track of that instantly. It's up there and on your account. Number 2, the statement balance was $772.33. You have outstanding checks totaling $283.75. And you have outstanding deposits of $427.75. What is my balance for this problem? So 772.33 minus 283.75 plus 427.75. How much money do I actually have in my account? 916.33. So in that particular case, was that a good thing? I mean, we had more money in there than what we actually had on our statement, right? So that's okay. But it's when you have less money that you could get in trouble. Okay, if you go to page 194, now the only thing that's going to look a little bit differently is it's not going to give you the numbers just like how it was in the first 1 and 2. Bless you. It's going to give you them in more like a statement, and you got to insert the numbers that where they belong. It says Joseph Lee's check register balance was $8,754.33. He compares his statement with his check register. He notes that the bank paid him $2.86 in interest and deducted a $1.20 service charge for a bill payment. He finds these outstanding checks, and they list them out there, and a deposit. So on the top of page 195, that green box that's up there, they actually have an A, a B, a C, a D, an E, and an F. And they talk about the check register balance. And the first one that they do is they take $8,754.33. And then for part A, they say service charge. Let me read the statement again. And how big is the service charge? He notes the bank paid him $2.86 in interest and deducted $1.20 for a service charge. How much was the service charge? Yeah. Is that an add or subtract? It's a subtract. Why is it a subtract, Brandon? Yeah. It said deduct. Anytime it says deduct, that means subtract. Good. Then for part B, it says that we have interest. How much was the interest? $2.86. Then for part C, they want a total. So what's $8,754.33 minus $1.20 plus $2.86. Colin?
I'm looking on like the chart and where you even numbers from? Like A and B. Oh,
That reading part that I read you already.
okay.
Okay. How much is the total? Okay, I'm actually going to write down what Beth had, even though Beth didn't say it out loud. Because Beth was right. Okay, $8,755.99. That's part C. That's you adding up those totals. Now, looking at the other side of the reconciliation statement, it says that my statement balance was $11,158.49. Then it gives me a check of $751.75. And then it gives me a check of $2,455.89. And it says for part D, what's the total outstanding checks, deposits, or debits, or payments? So for part D, they want a total of your outstanding checks, debits, or payments. So add these two numbers together. What do you get? What's $751.75 plus $24.55.89? Say that again.
1,700.
New Kylie. You got 2,455 plus 751. I think you subtracted them.
Wait, what exactly are we subtracting?
751.75 plus 24.55.89. Colin, do you have it?
$3,207.54.
Yeah. Okay, Kylie, did you see what? Okay, then after that, they give you a deposit was $805.14, and for part E, they want the total deposits. How many deposits were outstanding? One. So what's the total for the deposits?
Wait, you're talking about E, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it just 805.14?
Very good. 805.14. There was only one deposit that was outstanding. If there would have been two, then we would have added those together, or three, added those together. Does that make sense? But there's only one. Now, to find F. F is the adjusted balance, and here's what you do. You take the statement balance, that $11,158.49, minus out the checks and or payments and debits, and you add to it the deposits. So what's $11,158.49 minus $3,207.64 plus $805.14? Did you get it, Matt? What is it? And 99 cents? Hey, Matt, can I ask you a question? It's kind of silly, but not really. Have you wrote that number on your problem somewhere before? Yeah. You have. look at my screen as compared to what you wrote. Everybody probably wrote A, B, C, D, E, F. Not like they had it in the chart, but more just listing them out. Do you see that the new balance and adjusted balance are the same numbers? Should they be? Yes. Those two numbers should always be the same. Okay? If I'm looking at my statement or whatever, if I'm looking at what I have on my check register, and I notice that there's an interest and a payment and a service fee, that new balance there should equal my adjusted balance. If it doesn't, something's off. Okay? These two numbers, the new balance and the adjusted balance, should be identical. If they're not identical, something's wrong. Okay? Now, when you look on the rest of page 195, 4 and 5, okay, when it says check register balance, interest, and service charges, to get part A, you would add in the interest and minus out the service charges. Then for part B, it says your statement balance, outstanding checks, outstanding deposits.
Why is F and C the same thing?
This is what you have on your check register currently. Like if I were to take my checkbook out, which I don't even have my checkbook on me, but if I had my checkbook, the thing that you write all the different things down on, that's what this number is. Okay?
Right, so when we like get to like UBC or whatever, the new balance or check register balance or whatever, and then we get to the last F or whatever, can we just write down the same number?
Well, you better make sure that you made those things right because they have to match. They should be the same number, but what if you screwed up this one or screwed up that one? Then you need to make sure you added your numbers right somewhere there. Okay? So on part B, on 4 and 5, you subtract the checks and add the deposits. And then number 6, it's asking you for A, B, C, D, and E. Now, just so that you guys are aware of this, on your book, here's what's happening for number 6. This is giving you your check register. This is what you would have in your physical possession in your checking book all the time. Then when you turn the page, this is the bank statement that comes from the bank. On the back of that statement, they give you a reconciliation sheet. This reconciliation sheet where it's green right there, where it says ABCD, is the same ABCD as what's on this page. This ABCD here is the same as this ABCD here. One more time. This ABCD here on this green chart is the same as this ABCD on this listing. Okay? I don't think the book did a very good job as far as not putting that all on one page. They probably should have wasted a sheet of paper
So
and
question
put
6,
all one.
we use figure 4 now.
Question 6, you go all the way to figure 4-9. Yes. You have 4-9A, B, and C.
What about E?
And then you answer E on your own. That's not on the reconciliation chart. Do they match? Yes or no? Okay? If they don't match, you screwed up. So, starting on page, what did it start at? 190, 193?